Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Supernatural. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys on this day. I'm not in the best of moods. Nobody's perfect, and you know, one of the things about filming as many shows as I do and filming almost every day, every so often you hit a day, you're not doing the best. You're not killing it, and that is me today. Nothing is really wrong, so I can, you know, try to keep things in perspective. Just a lot of things going wrong throughout this morning. I think I'm filming this about 3 hours later than I intended to. There was a lot of delays, a lot of little things going wrong, and I'm just like in that frustrated state. You know what I mean? Like I'll be okay, but you're just frustrated. I don't know. We're all human, right? All right. And I wish I could say, you know, I can't wait for this Supernatural episode to lift my spirits. Now, do I think it'll be entertaining? Of course. Do I think I will be, you know, captivated by it? Of course. Do I think it will be uplifting? Probably not. I mean, given how the season has been going so far, you know, uplifting is not really the word I would describe it. And given just, I mean, we still have a lot of unresolved stuff with both Dean and Sam, and I don't have high hopes that I'm going to be uplifted by this episode, but you never know. You never know. Here's hoping. Let's get into it.
Wait a minute, you're not telling me that this is...
Yep.
You found it?
It's Carson! Okay.
You found it.
Okay, Paul being in this episode? Alright, so I'm getting uplifted.
We need to record this for posterity's sake.
Great idea.
Yeah, great idea. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Cal?
Oh.
Cal?
He probably didn't make
Hey,
it.
you alright, man?
Oh god, that's, oh god, oh, that's quite gruesome. At least it wasn't Carson who died. You know, uplifted. I'm gonna try to have positive thoughts, people.
But I mean, if the cult is really out there somewhere,
Hey, we've been looking for 3 weeks. We got bupkis.
I mean, if we're gonna ice the devil,
This is what we're doing, okay? End of discussion. This is our first real case back at it together. No, I think we ought to ease into it. Put the training wheels back on.
so you think I need training wheels?
Now we need training wheels. You and me, as a team.
Okay. I'm kind of down for them doing like a not apocalypse-y case. You have to learn how to work together again. Dean has some trust issues. Sam has some trust, you know, not with, but trusting himself. Like we have things we need to work through. Let's go.
So you're here on account of Cal Hopkins' death?
That's right.
Well, afraid you came a long way for nothing. We already booked the guy that did it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, arrested
Who
Carson.
do you think did it?
Something wrong? Cal. Cal!
Sicko taped his own handiwork.
I don't follow.
It was Jim Grossman that killed Cal.
Wait, what?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
And how exactly did Jim slam Cal into a windshield with all the force of an 80 mile per hour crash?
Drugs, maybe? Look, no, listen. Tell us what you saw.
It's not what I saw, it's what I heard. Tires squealing, glass breaking. It was the car that did it.
The car.
I mean, I heard about the curse, but I just thought it was a little crap.
Little bastard. As in the little bastard?
Or, what's Little
It's
Bastard?
James Dean's car. So when he was killed in it, well, after James Dean died, his mechanic bought the wreckage and he fixed it up. And it repaid him by falling on him. And Tony McHenry was killed when it locked up on the racetrack. I mean, death follows his car around like exhaust. If this car is Little Bastard, I will bet you dollars to donuts it's what killed the guy. Cal matched the VIN number, but the only real way to know is the engine number.
I'm guessing the engine number.
On the engine, yeah.
You want me to do it?
No? No, I've got it.
Oh, Dean.
Need a flashlight?
No.
Okay.
Find out who owned it. Not just the last owner, you gotta take it all the way back to 1955.
Wow. Also, Sam, you are amazing at research. We love our research king.
That is so funny. Yo.
Hey, took me a while.
But I traced all the car's previous owners.
Exactly. Of course you did.
In
King.
fact, Dean, are you in a bar?
No, I'm in a restaurant.
Here's your beer.
Thanks. The car's first owner was a cardiologist.
In Philadelphia, drove it till he died in 1972.
That Porsche is not, nor has it ever been.
James Dean's car.
Well, then what was it that killed the guy?
Good question.
That is a good question. Uh-oh.
My God. It's you.
It's you? Who's you?
You're dead.
Five questions.
The evidence is here.
Fuck did I just watch? The fuck did I just watch?
Heard you in a weird one.
Well, it's
Okay.
a little strange. Tall man, very tall, with a long black coat and a beard. A tall hat.
Oh, like a top hat.
Un sombrero alto. Muy alto.
What do you mean, like a stovepipe hat?
Sí.
Oh yeah, like Abraham Lincoln.
Sí. El presidente Lincoln.
Th-
Abraham Lincoln killed Mr. Hill.
I mean, it was Lincoln, right? What? What is this episode?
Am I crazy or does that look like James Dean?
That looks like James Dean.
So we got Abraham Lincoln and James Dean. Famous ghosts.
Maybe.
Team up of the century.
This is silly.
Professor Hill was a Civil War nut. He dug Lincoln.
And Cal must have been a James Dean freak. So you're saying that we've got two super famous, super pissed off ghosts killing their super fans?
You gotta be kidding me.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Wax Museum. Oh, and he was in House of Wax, wasn't he? Jared?
Interested in a few of your exhibits, specifically Abraham Lincoln and James Dean.
Two of our most popular displays.
I don't suppose that William Hill and Cal Hopkins were regulars, were they?
As a matter of fact, they were.
You can just imagine him moving around. You ever seen anything like that?
No,
Okay.
Well, is there...
there isn't another place like us, not anywhere.
How so?
Well, for one, that's Honest Abe's real hat.
It is.
Okay.
I got a bunch of stuff. Gandhi's bifocals, FDR's
Oh god,
Iron
somebody's gonna
Lung.
get killed by Gandhi.
I'm gonna make wax museums hip again.
Yep. Okay. Alright, this is a bit of a bizarre and quirky episode, so I'm not complaining.
Maybe the apocalypse got them all hot and bothered. Yeah, well, we all know whose fault it is. Well, I'm sorry, but it's true. I'll call you later.
I feel uncomfortable. Was that Bobby?
What's going on?
Get the trunk packed up?
Ooh.
So we're just gonna pretend I didn't hear what I just heard?
Pretend or don't pretend. Whatever floats your boat.
This was supposed to be a fresh start, Dean.
Well, this is about as fresh as it gets. Are we going or not?
Okay. Come on. I was just excited that we were doing a quirky and bizarre case. And now here we are. We're back at it. Right? We're back at it. We're back with it. Okay. Guess we're just gonna talk about our feelings for a bit. Or not talk about them. In true Winchester fashion. Great. Love that. I swear, if one of these things fucking move.
Check it out. 7 years ago.
Oh my God, don't
I had a
move.
funny act.
Don't move.
Dean, torch the objects, torch the ghosts, get out of here, okay?
Stop. Do not get close. Sam, what are you doing? What are you doing? Except giving me anxiety. Giving me pure anxiety. I have coffee. I have coffee. Sam! Sam, I have coffee! Sam! Sam! I hate everything. Okay, that was not as bad as I was expecting, and my coffee is still in the mug, guys.
Hey!
Killing it today. Alright. So something's gonna either come to life or try to... is Gandhi gonna try to fuck him up? Great. We're doing good. Oh my God! It was Gandhi! Oh no! Oh my God, Sam is fighting Gandhi. There's something I really didn't think I'd be watching this, but here we are. There we go. Hooray! Oh goodness.
You couldn't have been a fan of someone cool? Really? Gandhi?
I mean, the judgment all the time.
Did you blow this joint?
Didn't it strike you as strange the way Gandhi just vanished? Also, I feel like he was trying to take a bite out of me.
You know, this isn't gonna work.
Ooh.
What is it?
Us.
I still think we got some trust building to do.
How long am I gonna be on double secret probation?
Till I say so.
I deserve it, and worse. Hell, you'll never punish me as much as I'm punishing myself. But the point is...
So we just go back to the way we were before?
No, because we were never that way before. Before didn't work. How do you think we got here?
Ooh. Oh,
This was
well,
the-
we're good.
Dean, one of the reasons I went off with Ruby was to get away from you.
What?
It made me feel strong, like I wasn't your kid brother. If we're gonna do this, we have to do it different. We can't just fall into the same rut.
What do you want me to do?
You're gonna have to let me grow up, for starters.
Shit. This is too much. This is too much.
It was horrible. Way horrible. She took Danielle.
Who?
Paris Hilton.
Sorry?
She looked really good though. Skinny. Skinny and fast.
What? Huh?
Where did they go?
We don't know. Just vanished.
She was also in House of Wax.
But
I assume, did that come out around this time, maybe? Or before, or something?
Pretty sure.
Oh, gross. What is that? I can't even tell what it is.
what are those, seeds?
Yeah, they were in both Vic's bellies.
Where are they from?
Eastern Europe, from a forest in the Balkans, which is not even there anymore. So, local legend has it that the forest was guarded by a pagan god, whose name was Leshy. A mischievous god, could take on infinite forms.
And let me guess. You like to munch on his fans.
Yep. Says here to chop off his head with an iron axe.
Okay.
Alright. Let's go gank ourselves at Paris Hilton.
Are they going to, is Paris Hilton in this episode and then they're going to chop off her head? Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's going to happen? This is quite something. This is a bizarre episode. I won't lie. Okay.
Awesome.
Oh my god. This is quite an episode. I gotta say. It's a beautiful outfit. At least, you know.
I
I've been stuffing myself with fast food lately, so it's nice to do the ritual right. Prepare a nice, slow meal for a change.
Oh,
Just
great.
like the good old days, huh?
People adored me. They used to throw themselves at me with smiles on their faces. But then, the best thing ever happened. Someone tripped the apocalypse, and I thought, what the hell? I'm tired of watching what I eat. There's still a lot of yummy meat on those bones, boy.
I hate to break it to you, sister, but see, I'm not a Paris Hilton BFF. I've never even seen House of Wax.
But I can totally read your mind, Dean.
That was
I
amazing.
know who you're here. Your daddy. Am I right? And this belonged to him.
Is she gonna turn?
Poor little Dean. All you ever wanted was to be loved by your idol.
Oh boy. Okay. Chopping the head right off. Took a couple swings. Oh, there it is. There she goes. Okay. Well.
Not a word.
Dude, you just got wailed on by Paris Hilton.
Shut up.
Okay. What this
All right.
episode is so
Thank you.
weird. Okay.
Listen, I was thinking about what you said yesterday. About me keeping too tight of a leash on you. I mean, look, I'm not exactly Mr. Innocent in this whole mess either. You know, I did break the first seal.
You didn't know.
Yeah, well, neither did you.
That's
Not saying demon blood was a great way to go, but I mean, who'd have thought killing Lilith would have been a bad thing?
Oh, that's nice of you to say.
Point is, I was so worried about watching your every move that I didn't see what it was actually doing to you. So for that, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Thanks. Maybe I am on deck for the devil. Maybe the same with you and Michael. Maybe there's no changing that. But we can stop wringing our hands over it. We gotta just grab onto whatever's in front of us, kick its ass, and go down fighting.
Okay.
I can get on board with that.
Okay?
You see, we get the hell out of here.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you wanna drive?
You sure?
Yeah, I could use a nap.
Small steps. Small steps. Small steps. We're gonna listen. It's pretty good. This was a pretty good episode for them. You know, as episodes go, or as recent episodes go, this was probably kind of what I needed when I was talking in the beginning of this video about something kind of uplifting. That it wasn't. I don't know if uplifting. There was a lot of murder. There was a lot of, you know. Did Carson ever get, not Carson, what was his name in this? Jim? Those of you who don't know, he plays one of the best characters in Stargate, Atlantis. Anyway, did he ever get out of jail? I'm just curious. Just, you know, whatever. There's, you know, there's a lot of murder, there's a lot of things, but as, you know, it was a little quirky, it was a little strange, a little bizarre. You know, all of that stuff, like I get it. But that's kind of a good vibe when you need a little bit of a pick-me-up. And I didn't hate well, I don't typically normally hate it, but the Dean and Sam stuff throughout this episode. I'm going to get into that. First, let's talk about, I mean, it's definitely an episode, and I like that Supernatural every so often can just do an episode that's just kind of fucking weird. Or just out there. And this was definitely one of them. Obviously, I mean, as soon as I saw Abraham Lincoln, I was like, is that Abraham Lincoln? What am I watching? And then, you know, we've got James Dean, we've got Gandhi, and then, you know, topping it all off with Paris Hilton, who I assume, you know, got the gig. And just the whole House of Wax of it all, kind of, I guess, homage to Jared being in that movie, which I have seen. I actually only watched it somewhat, not that recently, but somewhat recently. and I would love to talk about it, but I'm not going to because of the fact that, like, I don't want to spoil anything that, anyway, in case you haven't seen it, I don't know. But it's been out for a while, but, you know, I only just watched it, so who knows. But genuinely, I kind of liked that. And I loved the, you know, I haven't even watched House of Wax, and, you know, Sam kind of looking over and everything like that. Like, I like that little thing. There was a lighthearted feeling in this episode. I'm not saying that hasn't been some serious moments, but there is a lighthearted feeling in this episode that I feel like we have solely missed. And it was just Sam and Dean. And there wasn't, not that, you know, I love a lot of the other characters and stuff like that, but I think they needed an episode that was just them working on a case and trying to build up a little bit of what they could be. I don't want to say what they were before. You know, we have, man, oh, I loved, you know, there were some harsh truths being thrown out in this episode. But let me tell you, I truly liked it, because you know what? You're not going to get far. You're not going to move forward. You're not going to do anything if you're not fucking honest. And a lot of people in general, I'm not just talking about in this show, but like a lot of people in general typically aren't super honest because, well, I don't want to say everybody, but like, you know, because sometimes honesty is really messy and it's like a harsh truth. And it's something that you don't really want to say to hurt somebody else's feelings or whatever. But sometimes that is actually when you actually are able to just get everything out and move forward. I have loved, especially, I feel like in this episode, but also just in previous episodes recently, we have had some honest interactions between these two brothers. And I don't know if that's just, you know, they're both just tired. Maybe. They're like, I'm just going to be honest because I don't have it in me to, I mean, there's just shit going on. I don't have it in me to try to like put up a facade or whatever it is. It's just, I love that. So I want to talk, let's talk about Dean first, just because I kind of, you know, I don't mean to, I'm a bit of a control freak myself, and I'm not really thinking that he's, let me explain. Dean does not trust Sam right now. He does not trust Sam to make the right decisions. So therefore, he wants to take full control of the situation. To honestly prevent himself from being hurt any further. Need I remind you? I mean, like, well, let's talk. I have said this time and time again, and it's kind of driving me crazy that the show seems to just like not address it as much or like not bring it up. And I guess, you know, Dean's not really going to bring it up because he's not Mr. Scherer or anything like that. Like, I get it. But it's just like, I believe he's probably still dealing with a lot of trauma from being in hell. And that had to be put on the back burner. I don't think that he's fully coped with that. So I just want to say that. As I have said plenty of times before, but I think we need to just not forget that that happened, right? So there's that. And then it's like he just had to go right straight back into Big Brother mode. Right back into it. We're back into Big Brother mode. Because Sam clearly, you know, in Dean's mind just went down like, you know, like a dark path and just didn't want to see the warning signs, or the warning signs weren't completely laid out clearly. Because let's be real, when I'm watching this season or this last season, you know, even I was kind of like, I mean, it doesn't make sense why Ruby would be like wanting to amp up Sam to kill Lilith. Now, obviously, we know what the end game was there now, but at the time, like, I'm not going to say that that I was aware of it either. So I'm not really saying that, but, the fact that there was a bad judgment call, right, whatever, made by Sam, and Dean has lost trust in him. And he's also, I think he just wants to prevent, like, any other shit from happening. And yes, it sucks that Dean does not trust Sam right now, but that's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's a harsh truth. It's an ugly truth, and it's not something that we're really comfortable watching as well. So he seems to have turned into more, General Dean giving commands. You get what I'm saying? He kind of reverts to that in this scenario. And I don't blame him for that. For having that reaction. You're like, I just don't want anything else bad to happen to the world, to the universe, to, and to himself. Dean is very hurt, and I think I think he's trying to control the hurt a little bit. If what I say goes, then if I make all the decisions, I'm talking as Dean, right? If I make all of the decisions, Sam can't hurt me anymore. I will only have myself to blame, and I think, it makes sense to me, like, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is why he would act that way. And act kind of with this, it's not superiority, but it's just this, like, I know better, we're going to do what I say. And that's the end of the discussion type of thing. However, what Sam said was really interesting. Was like, it's not like this is a new thing. And we have seen examples of it before, where Dean kind of pulls the big brother card, or, I'm older, I'm wiser, we're gonna do what I, say. And this is all, like, completely, how Dean, I assume, and we haven't seen too much of it, but I assume that was kind of the relationship Dean had with his father. Where his father was like, I say what to do, and Dean says, like, yes, sir. And that's how it's supposed to go. The person gives the orders, so the other person says, yes, sir. Except you got Sam in the mix, who is not a very yes, sir type of person. Clearly, right? And I liked the way that Sam was able to articulate what he meant. And again, we're here with honesty, ugly truths, things that you probably really don't want to say. But at some point, you have to say what is honest if you're going to move forward. It hurts your soul to be like, I went towards Ruby to get away from you. That's a harsh thing. It's a harsh thing for Sam to hear Dean say. Well, it is, like, very matter-of-factly, because I believe Sam believes that it is his fault, but kind of the way that Dean said it, and there's a lot of harsh things, but we need to get it all out if we're going to move on. So things have to be messy for a little bit. Things have to be a little uncomfortable. Us as viewers, we have to sit here and be like, that was uncomfortable, and I don't like that, for things to move forward. And but I will say, I do like the way that Sam articulated everything, in the sense of he's saying, no, I deserve all the blame. I'm not, this isn't a thing, like, but I need to voice the fact that it's hard to just say, okay, yes, sir. Like, we'll just go with, sorry, okay. I think with what they're about to face, there needs to be a little bit of a give and take. As much as Dean does not trust Sam at this given moment in time, I totally get that. And I get it. And literally how Dean acted in this episode would be exactly how I acted. Or I would act if I was in this situation. I'm a control freak by nature, though, so I try to control everything around me, which is to my detriment a lot of the time. But I understand completely where he's coming from. But I like that Sam was able to say what he needed to say in regards to that. And I like that he voiced, like, you're not going to punish me more than I punish myself. And, I feel that too. Oh, right in my heart. And you know what? That's a good thing. Can I just say this one thing? You know, if Sam was trying to make excuses or acted like he didn't care or whatever, that's when you should be really concerned. You know what I mean? But he's admitting and trying to fix. And I think that's, I think that partially maybe at the beginning of the episode where he's kind of like, why are we stopping to do this random case? Like, there's more important things. I think he wants to try to set things right. Maybe prove to himself that he can even trust himself. Because as much as I would love to get to the point in this show where Dean trusts Sam again, right? That'd be great. However, what needs to happen first, I think before that, is Sam being able to trust himself. And that's a big journey. That's a tough journey. So as much as there was some very uncomfortable moments in this episode, I weirdly liked it. I weirdly liked what they were able to say. And applause at the end of the episode, particularly for Dean, to kind of say what he needed. Dean has come such a long way. Can we say that Dean has come such a long way from like the I'm just going to bottle everything up and just nothing's ever... He has been, as much as I want to give praise to Sam in that scene, to be able to articulate what he meant by also, assuming responsibility and stuff, I want to give a lot of praise to Dean to be able to not only, say what he needs to say, but also kind of meet Sam maybe not, somewhere in the middle. I don't know who's meeting who where or whatever, and kind of say certain things that, like, listen, something that I was kind of hoping somebody would say out loud, and because I have a feeling Sam is really beating himself up, guilt city, you know what I mean? But I love the fact that Dean was kind of like, who could have, who knew that actually killing Lilith was a bad thing? It was, everybody was on board with the killing of Lilith. That wasn't I don't think Bobby or anybody was just like, maybe we shouldn't. She's probably going to turn around and be a good person. You know what I mean? So I like that somebody said that. I like that it was a beautiful scene. It was a beautiful scene. This is not going to be an easy road at all between these two characters. And it's not over. It's not like, you know, somebody's going to say sorry and then it's all better. But I like that it seems like these two brothers are trying to not get back to the way they were, trying to move forward in a better way. And that gives me hope. And I like that specifically because of the fact that they are probably up against the biggest thing that they've ever had to come up against. And a lot of the odds are stacked against them. And if at any point in time they both need to just like reach deep down inside and figure out a way to work together well, this is the time, and I'm very, very happy about that. So this actually, I enjoyed that aspect of the episode a lot. All right, I think that is about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I am just happy that you are here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.